Okay. We are reading from Caitanya Caritamrita, chapter 4, the confidential reasons for the appearance of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We finished the external reasons. Now we are seeing the heart of Krishna. What is he thinking? This is a heart. So Krishna is a person. That's why he has a heart, right? He has feelings. He has emotions. Like we have feelings and emotions. Krishna has feelings and emotions also. How can we have something that God doesn't have? We have everything that, because God has it, that's the reason we have it. Okay. In this chapter of the epic Caitanya Caritamrita, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami has stressed that Lord Chaitanya appeared for three principal purposes of his own. In this chapter, we are going to hear. Now, Krishna had three reasons of his own. So I don't know if you all have realized it, or recently I've been realizing it. Like I might do something and I might have many reasons for doing it. So before I used to think there's only one reason why am I doing it. But then more I'm thinking, oh, because of this, because of this, because of this, because of this. Okay, let me do it. So Krishna is also like that. And so then the different acharyas, that's why we hear different realizations from different acharyas. Because it's true, Krishna has different reasons for doing one thing. Right? Like same as we have it, Krishna has it too. So now the external reasons we heard, now internal reasons. First purpose was to relish the position of Srimati Radharani, who is the prime reciprocator of transcendental love of Sri Krishna. He wanted to understand Srimati Radharani's mood because Krishna, and so he loves her a lot and she loves him, and he wanted to understand that. The mood of Radharani. Lord Krishna is the reservoir of transcendental loving transactions with Srimati Radharani. The subject of those loving transactions is the Lord himself, and Radharani is the object. Thus, the subject, the Lord, wanted to relish the loving mellow in the position of the object, Radharani. So Krishna loves Radharani. Radharani loves Krishna. So he wanted to understand, he wanted to love himself, as he wanted to see how does Radharani love him, because he couldn't feel that. He was like, I'm God, but I can't feel how is she loving me. I want to feel that. That's why he had to come as Lord Chaitanya. The second reason for this appearance was to understand the transcendental mellow of himself. Lord Krishna is all sweetness. Radharani's attraction for Krishna is sublime. And to experience that attraction and understand the transcendental sweetness of himself, he accepted the mentality of Radharani. So she's always experiencing Krishna's sweetness. He's so sweet, but he wanted to experience his sweetness as Radharani is experiencing. That's the reason he came. The third reason for Lord Chaitanya appeared was to enjoy the bliss tasted by Radharani. The Lord thought that undoubtedly Radharani enjoyed his company and he enjoyed the company of Radharani. But the exchange of transcendental mellow between the spiritual couple was more pleasing to Srimati Radharani than to Sri Krishna. He said, hey, I'm God. She is serving me, but she's enjoying more than me. How come? I'm God, I should enjoy more. But here my devotee is serving me, and then my devotee is enjoying more than me. I want to taste, what is this pleasure that the devotee feels when they're serving me. That's what he wanted to do. So Radharani felt more transcendental pleasure in the company of Krishna than he could understand without taking her position. But for Sri Krishna to enjoy in the position of Srimati Radharani was impossible, because that position was completely foreign to him. Krishna is the transcendental male And Radharani is the transcendental female. Therefore, to know the transcendental pleasure of loving Krishna, Lord Krishna himself appeared as Lord Chaitanya, accepting the emotions and bodily luster of Srimati Radharani. So because Krishna, he's the supreme enjoyer, transcendental male, right? God, he's a Purush. But who is Radharani? She is his own pleasure-giving potency. She's his own Hiladini potency. She's non-different than Krishna. But he has separated himself, Radharani and Krishna, for the sake of loving pastimes. For the sake of loving pastimes. So he wanted to understand how is Krishna loving me? How is Krishna, Radharani loving me? That's why he came as Lord Chaitanya. And he came golden. He came as golden because Radharani is golden. And what's his mood? To love Krishna. So Krishna is God. And he cannot understand how much happiness a devotee is feeling when the devotee is serving him. He's like, why this devotee is serving me? And yet, this devotee is serving me for my enjoyment. So I'm enjoying. But I can see that this devotee is feeling more happier than me. What's this mystery? So imagine, Krishna is God himself, but he's given more happiness, more bliss to his devotee than he can experience it himself. And to experience that bliss that a devotee is feeling, Krishna is taking the form of a devotee. He's taking the mood of a devotee. How much more loving can a person be? That he's giving others more than he has. That is Krishna. Do we give anybody something that we more than us? We say, no, I'm going to keep myself more. I'll give you lesser. Why should I give you so much? Isn't it? That's our material mentality. But Krishna, he's giving the devotee more bliss than he himself can ever experience. It's a transcendental loving relationship. Like because of love, the husband does something for the wife does something for the husband, right? It's not that, or the mother does something for the child and the child does something for the mother. It's a loving relationship. Similarly, between the devotee and Krishna, there's a loving relationship. And then the devotee is doing something for Krishna. Krishna is enjoying, but the devotee is feeling very happy. And the devotee is saying, oh, Krishna is enjoying so much. And the devotee is feeling so happy. And Krishna is looking at the devotee and saying, hey, you're feeling more happy than how much than even what I'm enjoying. I want to be able to taste what you're feeling. So he's giving the devotee even higher happiness that he himself is able to experience. Imagine. So Lord Chaitanya appeared in order to fulfill these confidential desires and also to preach the special significance of chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, and to answer the call of Advaita Prabhu. These were secondary reasons. So the confidential reasons is he wanted to feel the happiness that Radharani is feeling. He wanted to feel his own sweetness that Radharani is feeling. And he wanted to feel the love that Radharani is feeling for him. So he came. That was his internal reason. And the external reason was he had to establish the Yuga Dharma. The Yuga Dharma for Kali Yuga is chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. It's mentioned in all the Vedas, all the Upanishads. Kali Santara Upanishad also says that. So the external reason is to establish the Yuga Dharma, to inaugurate this chanting of the holy name, and also to fulfill the desire of Advaita Acharya. Advaita Prabhu was calling him. That's his external reason. And the internal reason is to understand the mood of Radharani. So that's the reason he came in the mood of Radharani. Krishna came as Lord Chaitanya in a golden color. Sri Swarup Damodar Goswami was the principal figure among Lord Chaitanya's confidential devotees. The records of his diary have revealed these confidential purposes of the Lord. These revelations have been confirmed by the statements of Srila Rupa Goswami in his various prayers and poems. So Lord Chaitanya, when he was here, he was always with his very, very close associates. We like to surround ourselves with our loving family members or loving friends, you know. So Krishna is the same. When he comes, he's always surrounds himself by his loving devotees. And Swarup Damodar Goswami was one of them. We are not, when we are at home or when every day, okay, in the outside we go, we meet everyone, but when we come home, then we want to be with our loved ones, somebody that we love. So we have that emotional connection, we have that relationship with. When we have a relationship with someone, then we are at home with them. So Krishna is the same. So Lord Chaitanya had a very confidential devotee called Swarup Damodar Goswami. He was his secretary, and Swarup Damodar Goswami has recorded all the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya. His mood, what he used to do, all are recorded by Swarup Damodar Goswami. And Swarup Damodar Goswami has written these reasons, and these reasons are confirmed by Srila Rupa Goswami, who's one of the 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan, who's also a very confidential devotee of Lord Chaitanya. This chapter also specifically describes the difference between lust and love. The transactions of Krishna and Radha are completely different from material lust. Therefore, the author has very clearly distinguished between them. So in the material world, what we are seeing is all lust. What goes in the name of love is actually lust. I will enjoy you and you will enjoy me. That is lust. But love is totally different. We don't even know what true love is in this material world. Prabhupada would say, to have a very slight idea of love, a very faint idea of love is when we see a mother caring for her baby. You know, that now with Kali Yuga, it's getting even lesser and lesser. You know, we see that the mothers are just killing the babies. So it's like, you know, we can't even see true love here in this material world. But true love exists between Krishna and the Jiva. We each and every one of us, we have love for Krishna in our heart. That is what we have to revive in this life that we are in. And the way to revive that is by hearing about Krishna from the Vedic scriptures, from Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Caitanya Caritamrita, and by chanting the holy name. So Krishna and Radharani, they have a loving relationship. It's not a relationship we see here in this material world between a boy and a girl. Boy and a girl we see, but that's all lust. That's not love. So we cannot compare. And we are going to hear more about it in this chapter. So we'll stop here for today. If there are no comments or questions, we'll stop here. Thank you so much for joining in. Shri Caitanya Caritamrita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Premanande, Hari Bol, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.